Hi everyone, it's John. Welcome to my final video journal entry number 3 for Tech 3030. We'll be covering weeks 13, 14, 15, and 16. So let's go ahead and get started. In week 13, we're asked when communicating with the stakeholders, what kind of things do the instructional designers have to keep in mind? In looking through all the discussion posts, I kind of noticed that communication with the stakeholders, that's the key part. You have to really keep communicating with the stakeholders. You have to let them know what's going on, what's happening, how you're going to do things. Overall, just make sure that they know what you're doing for them and how you're going about doing it. They want you to understand their return on investment factors. You want to make sure that you're creating a project that is cost effective for them, that be cost effective when delivering it, and they want you to know that they want to be kept in the know, so to speak. As an instructional designer, you really should treat the stakeholders as another audience. They're the ones who are going to approve your training. They're the ones who are going to take a look at it, make changes to it. They're going to be your focus group, essentially. By demonstrating a total understanding of the project and its results, what the stakeholders hope to get out of it, that kind of communication with the stakeholders is really important, and it will go a long way to making a project go smoothly. In week 14, we focused on change management and how instructional designers can assist organizations in change management efforts. Basically, in order to do this, instructional designers need to take like a strategic approach. They need to look at the problem from 50,000 feet, 10,000 feet, 5 feet, and kind of gather up the information and understand where that's going. They have to know what those who want the training or the change done, they want to know what the end result of the change is, and you have to know the audience and how the audience is going to be receptive to the change. I could push down a rule to a bunch of employees, and if I don't see how they're going to take it, and I don't take into account how they're going to take it, the delivery of the change, so to speak, would be either received easily or not received at all, or into a brick wall, so to speak. So as instructional designers, we have an obligation to try to ease the change for management. And in doing so, we become invaluable to management. Job security. Week 15 dealt with marketing your skills as an instructional designer to management or the organization. We were asked who was the customer. And essentially, the customer is both the organization and our targeted audience for the project that we're designing for. We're essentially the middleman. We take the vision of the organization, turn it into something that the trainees can learn and embrace that vision. We need to make our instructional units, so to speak, very engaging for the trainees so they get the most out of it. We're really the voice of the employees, and we're the voice of management. So by being that does make us invaluable to the organization, and that's how we can market our skills. We also have to be very thorough, very analytical. We have to really use all the skills that are part of an instructional designer's toolkit to really build and market those out. We have to really sell ourselves and sell our ability to make ourselves invaluable. Week 16 basically dealt with developing ourselves as instructional designers. You know, how can we ensure that we're conducting first-rate performance analysis despite the shortcuts and pressures of time constraints and resources? One of the things that I believe that we could do is that throughout, no matter what process we do, no matter what we do in life, we always seem to come across, or at least I know I do, ways that are easy for me to do things. Like if I'm to download 300 files, I'm not going to download them manually. I'm going to create a script to do that, and then I can modify that script to download that from any site I want to. So that script becomes my little tool. It's a personal tool. As instructional designers, some of the processes we do can be repeated, can be modified, can be placed in like a cookie cutter template. And then we just modify slight parts of those things and use that template or tool to make us more efficient. That helps us get around the time constraints and the resource constraints, and we can focus on what really needs to be addressed, that are the true objectives of the project we're working on. We can use focus groups, you know, peer evaluations, which we've done in our capstone projects. So developing ourselves is really making sure that we are the best that we can be. 13 through 16. The other thing we did was the capstone, and the feedback that I got from capstone was that the font was a little too small. It didn't work on Firefox. It didn't work on Safari. It was a Microsoft product, and I figured that Microsoft only wanted to work with Microsoft Explorer. For the font size, I'm sure there's a way to change the font size on it. I just couldn't find a way to change the style sheet without blowing the whole thing up, so I took the approach, it works, don't fix it, and left it at that. Other than that, the only really big thing that's happened to me in week 16 was I became a grandfather again. Her name is Candace Marie Jameson, and I will post a slide in just a second. And that's it. So that's the end of Tech 3030 for me, and this is the end of the ATE program for me also. On Friday I'll graduate, so if anybody else is graduating, I guess I'll see you there on Friday night. For the rest of you, good luck and enjoy the ATE program. I had a blast taking it. Thank you. Bye.